Hi, this is Kerri Durkee from Better Than Before Home Furnishings and Design. And today I'm talking to Pam Tiberia from Spruce Interiors. She has a design and home staging business in Hampton, New Hampshire. And we've been talking about um, just how people like to make changes in their homes every so often, and especially now with everybody being home with the pandemic. Um, a lot of people are setting up home gyms, home offices, and just making some general changes around the house. So we thought we would just do a little chat and give you some ideas on how we can make some changes. Now, home gyms,
Okay.
that's that's another thing. All the gyms have been closed, and there have been more people on the roads running and walking and trying to exercise. But the lucky people who have extra little spot have made little home gyms. Um, so, do you have any tips on setting up a little space for yourself?
Well, I'll tell you, I've been a home gym fail, personally, but you got me thinking about it, and I think there's a lot of things that can help people carve that space out. I mean, you and I, when we were talking about doing this call, we were talking about how we really don't care to have anyone see us doing our workouts.
Hmm.
Like that alone, somebody seeing me will prevent me from working out. Like if my teenage son were to come down and see me trying to do some dancy kind of workout online, I don't know. I just don't, no one needs to see it. No one needs to hear the comments from the peanut gallery about that.
And he'd
So
probably have you on TikTok right away.
yeah, they're very furtive and very quick with these there. So I'm not going to give him, I'm not going to tee that up for him to do. I don't think he would. My daughter would be just a little more devilish. She'd be the one to push out a video of me doing something ridiculous. And in fact, that's happened. So I guess that for me, a requirement would be to find a space, to carve out a space where I really could um, freely do whatever I want to do. I mean, I'm not a gym rat. If you can make exercise feel like I'm in a disco, I'm in. I like
Hmm.
it. So I really have put my earbuds in a couple of times and just sort of like danced in the basement or in the garage. It sounds ridiculous to say out loud, but it's what I have done. And or I've mixed in some free weights and done some squats and what have you. So I think for me, our basement's not ideal. It's very low ceiling. So anything above this, I'm with something in my hands, I'm risking grazing the ceiling tiles. But we could clear out our garage. There is an area of the garage that I could be doing this in. For other people, it might be the opposite. The garage could be full of cars and things, but they have a little corner of the basement. It just depends on the layout and configuration of your home. But um, I would say the places that you might not want to create this home gym would again be in the bedroom where you're trying to have a restful space. Spare rooms aren't usually ideal either because they usually have a bed and the bed takes up 75% of the room. So it's, if we aren't lucky enough to have a home gym, it's usually happening in the basement or in the garage. Beyond that, I feel like, you know, it's sort of like, when I'll use this analogy, when we go downhill skiing, sometimes the idea of getting everything all set up, like getting the car loaded and the lunches made and the gear packed, almost prevents me from wanting to go because there's so much to stuff and so much to do. So I feel like having setting up a station, like kind of like what you said with work, like having a way to sort of corral. Maybe you designate a laundry bin to holding your bands and your weights and your yoga mat, and you put it all in that laundry bin, and your music and an extension cord if you need to put, you know, reach over to the nearest outlet so you can have music. Having that all built and assembled, I think would make you um, not procrastinate. I really am talking about myself here. Would make one not procrastinate getting down there to just do it. Like, or organize it. Get a tote, get a laundry basket if you don't feel like going to Target or Walmart during this, and have all, pull all the, strap. Like I like to do. I love yoga, so having a strap and blocks and a mat and my, a little mini speaker sort of in a space means that I don't have to run around the house grabbing those things from 5 different rooms in order to get it done. And it's all right there.
Right. Yeah. I feel the same way when I paint furniture. So if I have my space all organized and all of my supplies are right there, it's so much easier for me to start. But
Yes.
if I have to set up in another space, it's a pain in the neck to pull everything together and then set it all up and then break it all down again. So that, yeah, that's a great idea. And we also I can't remember the name of the company now, but there's a company that has a wall unit, or you could even take pegboard. And if you're in the basement, just put up a piece of pegboard with some of the little
Well, hooks
the hook
almost like,
things,
yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
And you can roll up your yoga mat, put it on there, or put some baskets, hang some baskets on it for your little weights or your elastic bands, and
Yeah.
just somewhere that you have everything all set up for you makes it
Nice.
a lot easier.
Yeah, if you have the ability to kind of create that pegboard wall system, I think that's brilliant, because then it's like the best next best thing to going to the gym. Like,
Mhm.
if we can't get out and see everybody for that Zumba class or that spin class, you can at least go down to that zone in your mind and in your home and have that nice experience. So, of course, the decorator is going to say, and then you can decorate it, but but there's something to be said for making it feel like it's the place where you're going. So maybe that's where you throw up a couple, if it's a yoga space, maybe you get the shower curtain, not tarp, tapestry, but the the tapestry of a serene picture for your yoga space, or maybe you do, if you've got a Peloton or a cycle at home, you throw on some lights and blinking lights, and you can be like, in as if you were at, Soul Cycle, make it fun, I suppose. I think for me that's half the battle in exercising, is having it feel like it's the place where you go. I
Mhm.
am in my studio right now, which is where I work. Did I tell you that I made a little yoga area in here?
Yes, you told me. Yep.
And I I put the diffuser on so it smells like a yoga studio, and I have installed, not on these windows, but on those windows over there, some curtains so that no one can, because I'm street level, so no one can peek in. Of course, I don't want to be seen doing any of these things. And I got my mat and my straps and my blocks and my small speaker and the diffuser to make it smell good in here, because it doesn't always smell good in here. And I have like recreated a yoga area, and I'm like, why haven't I done this in all the years I've had this space? Why haven't I come here when I can't go to the yoga class? I could just come here.
Yeah.
All it's missing is the teacher, but there's apps for that.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great thing now too. You
Yeah.
don't need, yeah, you can just have your laptop with you. You can have your phone with you.
You don't need to
Have
bring
you
a
seen?
TV. You don't
Yeah.
need the TV. You can do it on your iPad. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I love that.
Oh, we were talking about the other, the tech working, and downloading playlists or creating playlists, I think, to make it be I think sometimes if you don't create a playlist or research the playlist that you want to listen to, uh, you get, oh, well, then I'll just change it, or, oh, I hate this song. So I think taking time to like create a list of songs that are going to be right for the type of exercise you're doing and getting that all organized ahead of time is less of a distraction when you're trying to get down to business. And then then you're like, oh, I hate this playlist, or this wasn't the mood. This is me every day. Oh, I'm not in the mood for this. But if I had taken all the songs that I know that I would like to hear during one of my little dance sessions or one of my yoga sessions, I've now overshared. Sorry, people, too much about how I exercise. But I'm distracted by that all the time. So having that like set up, um, whether you have a tiny speaker, or wireless speaker, or wireless earbuds, which I love. I love my Beats because they hook right in, and they hook over. They have a little piece that goes over my ear, so it hooks in here and it goes whoop right on my ear, and I just don't feel like they will never fall out. They don't also crush my hair, and there's no strings.
Yeah, I have to get myself some of those.
They're great.
So if you are exercising in the basement or someplace where, it's not conducive to any kind of aerobic activity, they have those foam cushions. It looks kind of like a puzzle. Sometimes
Yeah.
you put it together and make like little flooring for yourself.
Yes, because yeah, I mean, if your basement isn't finished, and so many people's aren't. It's a cement floor, which is A, cold, and B, unforgiving.
Mhm.
So yeah, like we were talking about sort of delineating and marking out a spot to work in, as much as we are to work in, but to work out in. And having that cushy flooring, there's a million uses for that too, beyond the working out. But a lot of people use those foam pads when they're painting to kneel on. I mean, there's a million ways that those can be repurposed. But I think it really um, is a nice way to sort of create a cushy, cozier environment for working.
Yeah. And I said aerobic, but not even just aerobic. If you're on the ground doing sit-ups, planks, or,
Yep.
whatever,
Yep.
meditating.
Yogaing, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a nice layer of protection between you and that earth, cold cement earth. Yes.
Right. Yep. In closing, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, if they have projects around the house, or if they're going to be selling their home and need some help staging it, how can they reach you?
Yeah. So my company is called Spruce Interiors. So you can try Googling that, but my website is www.spruceinteriorsnh.com, NH being for New Hampshire. But I do go north to Maine and south to Massachusetts. But so it's spruceinteriorsnh.com. And then my email is pam@spruceinteriorsnh.com. And you can find me on Instagram as the Sprucer and on Facebook as Spruce Interiors.
Excellent.